Welcome. This month we are focusing on Jesus' words, "You will see." The invitation to see, to truly see, beyond the unlikely, improbable, and even impossible, is a significant part of the faith journey. The challenge to look beyond what we think we know or understand is a challenge to open ourselves to mystery, awe, and wonder. According to scientists, what we see when we look up to the night sky is only 5% of what is actually there. The rest is dark matter and dark energy. I can't even begin to understand this, but I am awed at the thought of it and reminded how awesome and incredible our God is. In the New Testament, there are a number of times when Jesus proclaims, "You will see." Most of the times he says this, he is calling his followers to look beyond the known, calling them to the expectation of seeing something beyond imagining. It is a call to lift our eyes, to pay attention, and to be prepared to see the glory of God breaking into our ordinary, everyday lives. This month, we explore what Jesus is inviting us to see, particularly focusing on the Easter events, as well as reflecting on the ways we might be blind to the powerful works of God. You will see. Shout for joy to God, all the earth. Sing the glory of his name. Make his praise glorious. You, God, are my God. Earnestly I seek you. I thirst for you. My whole being longs for you in a dry and parched land where there is no water. I have seen you in the sanctuary and beheld your power and your glory. Jesus, once more deeply moved, came to the tomb. It was a cave with a stone laid across the entrance. "Take away the stone," he said. "But Lord," said Martha, the sister of the dead man, "by this time there is a bad odor, for he has been there 4 days." So they took away the stone. Then Jesus looked up and said, "Father, I thank you that you have heard me. I knew that you always hear me, but I said this for the benefit of the people standing here, that they may believe that you sent me." When he had said this, Jesus called in a loud voice, "Lazarus, come out!" The dead man came out, his hands and feet wrapped with strips of linen, and a cloth around his face. Jesus said to them, "Take off the grave clothes and let him go." Behold, the glory of God. When the day is grey and shadowed, and all seems hopeless. When everyone else sees darkness and decay. If you love me, keep my commands, and I will ask the Father, and he will give you another advocate to help you and be with you forever, the Spirit of truth. The world cannot accept him, because it neither sees him nor knows him. You will see, said Jesus. You will see the glory of God. You will see greater things. You will see me. You will see the Son of Man sitting at the right hand of the Mighty One and coming on the clouds of heaven. You will see the risen Lord Jesus. Imagine the impossible is the invitation of Jesus. Imagine, instead of being amazed about simply being seen underneath a fig tree, imagine seeing heaven open and the angels of God ascending and descending on the Son of Man. Instead of a 3-day-old corpse, imagine seeing the glory of God in a living, breathing man. Instead of a man crucified to death, imagine seeing the Son of Man seated in heaven. Instead of a tomb containing a corpse, imagine, again, seeing an empty tomb and a living Messiah. What wondrous things to see! Some believed and saw beyond what was known and possible. They caught a glimpse of glory. Others, such as the high priest and those accusing Jesus, were unable to look beyond their own certainties and complacencies. And instead of seeing the glory of God, they condemned the Messiah and settled for their own darkness. For me, looking up at the stars at night and recognizing that what I can see is only 5% of what is there, challenges me to let go of my limited knowledge and to believe that there is far more to see and discover than I could ever have imagined. When Jesus invites me to see in the spiritual realm, it also challenges me to let go of what I think I know, to admit that my own certainties are far less certain than I like to think, and to accept that there is far more going on in and around me than I could ever dream of. And yet, I am often blind. I frequently miss a moment of glory because I was consumed with my own problems. I may miss a life-giving experience because I was trying to figure things out my own way. I may sometimes miss a healing encounter because it didn't come as I expected it. And I turn again to lift my eyes to Jesus. What is he calling me to see and to believe? Where is he calling me to lay aside my preconceptions and limited knowledge? What wonders is he spreading out before my eyes? Pause for a moment and reflect on these questions and offer your own prayer in response. Sabbath, at dawn on the first day of the week, Mary Magdalene and the other Mary went to look at the tomb. The angel said to the women, "Do not be afraid, for I know that you are looking for Jesus, who was crucified. He is not here. He has risen just as he said. Come and see the place where he lay. Then go quickly and tell his disciples he has risen from the dead and is going ahead of you into Galilee. There you will see him. Now I have told you." Sometimes, Lord, I cannot see. Doubts and insecurities blind my faith. Grief and loss, sickness and death simply look like grief and loss, sickness and death. You invite us to see beyond grief and loss, sickness and death, to the glory and wonder you hold before us. Give me eyes to see the same way, the same things that you see. Jesus said, "You believe because I told you I saw you under the fig tree. You will see greater things than that." May the God of our Master Jesus Christ, the God of glory, make you intelligent and discerning in knowing him personally. May your eyes be focused and clear, and may you see exactly what it is he is calling you to do. May you grasp the immensity of this glorious way of life he has for his followers. Oh, the utter extravagance of his work in us who trust him. Endless energy, boundless strength.